Hi, I'm Scott Helmers, and I'm here today with David Parker, fellow Visio MVP. David also happens to be a former architect, which gives him good qualifications to talk to us today about scaled drawings in Visio. What can you show us, David?
Well, hopefully some things which will surprise you that you can do with Visio.
Good.
And to my fellow ex-CAD users
Okay.
out there. I'm going to start with doing an office layout here. So I'm going to go to the maps and floor plans, and we can see there's an office layout shape. Now, if you're doing a full installation, you'll get both types of units, metric units for the rest of the world and US units for our North American cousins. I'm going to go to a metric units one here, for example, and create this. And Visio has actually created me a scaled page to begin with.
Okay.
Okay. And over on the left-hand side here, we can see the templates, or the stencils rather, that come with this particular template. And one of those shapes over there is this room shape.
Okay.
If I drag this room shape out, we can probably see that it has got some dimensions.
So I can Visio actually tells me how big the room is.
Yeah, in this particular case,
Okay.
we have to zoom in a little bit on this one. It says it's 2500 millimeters high, for example.
Okay.
And if I was to stretch the shape, it would be like this.
Okay.
Okay. I've got this room here. Width is, as you can see, 4600 meters. Actually, maybe it needs another 3 feet on the end of it. I can just type in plus 3 feet, and we get an extra 3 feet.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So I can use both units. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And I can choose which unit I'm going to display in. Okay.
Good.
Now I need a little bit more room for my room on here. So I'm going to just change my page size here a little bit. And I'm going to go from an A4 up to an A3. And here we have the room that I'm doing. Of course, I could go in and set the dimensions as I want, but
Sure. That's a good start.
well, it's a start. It's probably one of my best designs so far, actually. Right, so let's take, for example, an internal wall. Notice when I bring out the wall shape here, and I go close to the edge of the external wall,
Little red square lights
little
up.
red square, it's gluing to it.
Okay.
Right? Glued to the geometry. Now I could go and drag this end here. You can see Visio is telling me how long this wall is. But let's say I'm going all the way across here, and I'm going to glue to the other side.
It looks like I could draw it as a crooked angle, at an angle if I wanted to, but what if I want to ensure that it's straight?
Well, if you want to ensure that it's straight, then you just hold down the Shift key when you do it, and it stays orthogonally.
Ah,
Right.
excellent.
There you go, because most buildings are orthogonal. Not all of them. Well, the architect intends them to be orthogonal, but they never end up that way.
What if I want to add doors and windows?
Glad you asked that. We've got to get into this little building that we're doing here, so we'll just take a double door, for example. And notice how it is connected to the...
It glues onto the wall as well.
It glues onto the wall, and they've got doors that open, look.
Oh,
so we
look
can
at
show
that.
display of the doors. And if we wanted outward opening doors, maybe it's a fire escape, so we can do the reverse in-out if we wanted to.
Okay.
In fact, I don't need to on this particular case, because we're just going to be moving into the room in this way. In fact, I've got a door which goes through into the secondary room there, and this one I need to change the door over, so I'm reversing the left and right.
Great.
And again, we can test the display of the door like this. And I've got another door which needs to go in. And notice that it changed the angle of the door as
Yeah.
I dropped it down.
All you
there.
had to do is get close to the wall, and it figures out which way the door should be oriented.
That's right, that's right.
That's great.
Take a window, for example, drag and drop this window onto here. Okay, well, that's maybe a bit small for this room, so I can, if I wanted to, I can just stretch it.
Okay.
I can also, within the shape data window, go and set the actual size.
Okay.
There are some preset sizes in there, but you can put your own in there as well.
And the shape on the page reacts immediately to whatever you set in the shape data window.
Exactly.
Great.
Let's have a couple more windows on there so it looks as though it would be habitable. All right, we've got a window there, and we've got a window there, and there you go. Those windows, those doors, that's all I need.
Great.
My little shed.
But what if I want to ensure that the window is a certain distance from the corner of the room? How do can Visio do that for me, or do I have to move it and measure it?
Oh no, we can do that for you. What I'm going to do is just going to zoom in down to this bottom corner here, and we see here's the edge, the corner of our room, and here's the door jamb.
Okay.
All right. Down on the bottom of this particular stencil, there's this thing called control dimensions. I bring this out, it's got a default size. See, I'm going to connect it there to the geometry.
Okay, so you're gluing it to the corner.
I'm gluing it, I should say glue, not connect. I'm going to take the other end of this controller dimension and connect it to the jaw jamb Okay. Now it's telling me exactly how far that is.
Okay.
Okay, but that's not the right distance that I need them to build it, because I
Okay.
would probably work out the brick size or whatever that I've got. And maybe this is 2100 millimeters. And hey,
And look
presto,
at that. It moves the door for me.
it moves the door. So you can go around the whole of the building and you can put these controller dimensions in so it is exactly right.
Okay. What if I need to call the carpet installer and tell him how much do I actually have to go measure the room on my hands and knees to tell him how much carpet I need?
Well, you can, but I'm going to actually use Visio to do it.
Good, better choice.
So I'm going to take the space shape here, for example. I'm going to drop it down in here. When I do a right mouse click and do AutoSize,
It fills the space.
right,
Excellent.
and I'll just expand or increase the size of the text, and I'm going to go to the display options. I'm going to choose, it's showing the units of square meters. There are various units you can choose there. I'm not going to do this building in hectares, that's a little bit too large. Right, but I am going to show you some precision there. So I'm now going to go down to that. We can see the area. I can send those details off to the carpet fitter or the ceiling tile manufacturer, and we're off.
That's great. Now, in many buildings, there are columns that are structural elements. What if I have a column in this building? How do I accommodate that?
Okay, right, let's take something like this. I'm going to pull out a plaster, which may be against the wall. It may be, as you say, freestanding as a column, which we've had to accommodate.
Okay.
And that could be of various sizes, whatever
Okay.
I want it to be. So this is actually considerably reducing the amount of area that's in there. At the moment, that is showing as 25.86 square meters.
I didn't see that change.
No, as soon as I do the auto size, though, notice that's changed.
Ha, look at that.
And what's happened is it's actually created a hole there.
Okay.
And it's given me the exact measurement. And there you go, we're off.
That's really excellent. Well, David, thank you very much. This is great insight for Visio users who want to create scaled drawings and take advantage of letting Visio tell you how big things are, how much carpet you need, whatever the case might be. So thank you very much, David. We appreciate your help.
Thank you, Scott.